Glad to have you aboard here this evening, I'm sorry. The East St. Louis Flyers and the Belleville East Lancers both come into the contest with Flyers are undefeated in the conference. Belleville is 3-2 overall, and the Lancers are 5-1 overall, and also undefeated in the conference. Southwestern Conference Championship, for all practical purposes, is on the line tonight here at Belleville East as the Lancers have the upward hand on the Edwardsville Tigers, the Belleville West Maroons, and the Ohio Panthers. Kickoffs is only 3 minutes away. We'll step aside and give you the starting lineups, and the play-by-play action is the Flyers and the Belleville East Lancers. This is Flyers football. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I keep saying good afternoon, good evening as the night game approaches here at Belleville. The Belleville East Lancers and the East St. Louis Flyers. Belleville East comes in at 5-1 overall. And in the ever so tough Southwestern Conference tonight, the Lancers come in with a record of 2-1. Interesting game tonight. The Lancers feel like this is one of the games that the Flyers are not the Flyers of old.
On you, Lancer!
We're going to find out tonight. West County is where. So
here come you, Lancer!
They come in already qualified for IHSA state tournament. And they'll probably be in class 8. Only 1,200 kids. We play up every year. Rumors has it we may even petition to play up in 7A next year once again. Nationally ranked East St. Louis Flyers against the Belleville East Lancers, a big game for both ball clubs, a statement game. So
thank you for the pregame entertainment to the Belleville East Marching Lancers.
Common opponent for the Lancers and the Edwardsville Tigers. Talking about the Tigers.
Our officials for tonight's contest are referee Bob Hosar, umpires Mike Eves, line judge Jim Broadway, the head linesman is Ryan Bundy, and our backstep is Darren Lee. How about a nice round of applause for tonight's officials?
26 September, with the Lancers losing within the last 10 seconds after leading that whole game. They ended up losing 41-39. So, interesting contrast tonight, interesting game. The Flyers of East St. Louis will finish up at home, homecoming next week, and we want to see all Flyers faithful at the House of Pain Classic Jordan Memorial Stadium as we entertain the Ohio Panthers next week before we make the trip to Sarasota, Florida, and take on IMG Academy, currently ranked number 4 in the country. And we're looking forward to that contest as well. The Flyers coaches are on their way up to the press box up above where I'm sitting. A beautiful night for high school football. And we're ready for action here on the beautiful campus of Belleville East High
All right,
School.
football fans,
Ryan
it's
swinging
Friday
back at the
night
studio
for some
with
high
everything
school
happening.
football. Let's get on our
Happy
feet for the
Flyers
opening
football back on the
kickoff.
air. I'm glad to be back in the saddle. As the Flyers coaching staff is coming back up here, once I said, Flyers decked out in the road white with the orange pants tonight and blue helmets. We haven't worn those this year. And what's up, baby? How you doing, man? So Pruitt is set to kick off for East St. Louis Senior as they won the toss. I'm sorry, the Lancers won the toss, so they let them do the first tonight. Beautiful night for football. The Lancers dressed in their navy and their white pants, trimmed in the powder blue helmets. A beautiful night. And I'm glad to have you aboard here on AM 590 KLIS Radio and LouInfo across the country.com on the Flyers Radio Network. High end over end kick taken at the 7 by the Lancers. Straight up the gut, still on his feet. Pinwheels around the 25 yard line.
James Johnson on the return is out to the 25-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for the Lancers. Tackled by Reed of the Flyers.
The Belleville East will have it first and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Interesting game here tonight as the Lancers come in at 5-1. Great start by head coach Mike Harrison Jr. for the Belleville East Lancers. They come out in the stagger set. Double wide out, far side. There's a handout up the middle for the Lancers. Good yardage right away.
Stevens, the ball carrier, out to the 31-yard line for a gain of 6. McIntosh on the tackle for East St. Louis.
Pick up with 6 yards on the play. Second down and 4 for the Lancers from their own 31. Belleville East moving from left to right on the radio down tonight. Flyers will be moving from right to left to open up the first quarter. Flyers in the 3-3 defense stack defense coming out. And here's a running play by the Lions. Pushes across the 35 to around the 47.
Stevens, the ball carrier, out to the 43-yard line. Excuse me.
Lancers first down, first and 10 Lancers from their own 38-yard line. Let's see if that's 0 or 1. Quarterback for the Belleville East Lancers is Caden Wood. Walking out Simmons, inside handout. Across the 35.
Stevens, the ball carrier, gain of 1 on the play. Bell on the tackle for East St. Louis. That'll bring up a second down and 9 for the Flyers.
That's Beeman for the Belleville East Lancers. Pick up a 1 yard on the play. Second down and 9 for the Lancers from their own 39-yard line. Clock on the move, 10-15 in county opening quarter here from Belleville. Single back set for the Lancers. Flyers come out now in the 3. They're still in a 3-3 stack. Beeman on the run and busted play for the Lancers and a host of Flyers in the stack.
Beeman, the ball carrier.
East St. Louis Senior.
A loss of 1 on the play. Walker
Loss of
on the
1 on the
tackle
play, so
for the
it'll
Flyers.
be third down and 9 for the Lancers. Cornell McIntosh checks in for East St. Louis Senior. Jahadi White's in the lineup at defensive end for the Flyers. On the Lancers facing third down and 9. Clock on the move, 9:20 to go. Opening quarter. Here from Belleville. Beeman in the single back set, the quarterback for the Lancers. Walking out seconds. 2-step drops in the flat. And let's see if they award him the catch. It looks like they do. It's going to be a
James Johnson on the reception. East St. Louis 38-yard line. Fourth defending For Eastside,
James
Johnson's
Johnson on the
reception is good.
reception
For
for
Belleville
Belleville East.
Lancer, first down.
Lancers
LAN.
on the move inside fly territory. 9:13 to go. On the fly 48 is first down for Belleville East. Long count by the Lancers right now. Single back set is Beeman for Belleville East. Inside handoff. Check that. That's number 35 into the ball game for the Lancers. Let's see.
There's the ball carrier. McIntosh on the tackle for East St. Louis.
On the carry. He's in the lineup for Belleville East. No gain on the play. Second down and 10 for Belleville East. Clock on the move, 8:45, 8:44, coming opening quarter. Here from Belleville. I'm Maurice Scott. Glad to have you aboard on AM 590 KLIS Radio. It's streaming live across the country on luinfo.com. Oh, here's a run straight up the gut by Everybody once again. Deep inside five territory, inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. That's what we're going to mark it. Yep, at the 39-yard line. The Lancers are chucking up yardage here in the
They'll bring up a third down and short for the Lancers.
Third down and 1 for Belleville East from the fly 39. Single back set on a stagger for the Lancers. Wood, the quarterback, on the long count, getting the play called in from the Lancers side. They clock down to 3. They get it off. First down yardage and more on the completion. Still on the speed and running on the far side.
CJ Willis on the reception from Caden Wood. Tackled by Johnson of the Flyers. Willis's reception is good for Belleville East Lancer. First down. LAN.
Hey, bro. Hey, excuse me, guys. I'm on the radio, so I don't want y'all to be on that person. Appreciate it. From the fly 29-yard line, it's first down for the Belleville East Language. Single back set. That looks like Wood once again negotiates across the 29 to the 28-yard line. And Belleville East trying to run clock here on the opening drive here in the first quarter. 7 minutes, approaching the 7-minute mark.
There's a ball carrier down to the 27-yard line. Tackled by Bryant of the Flyers.
Second down for the Lancers. Offset. Single back set for Belleville East. Wood barking out signals. And the Lancers want to run this clock down and play clock control as they're running the clock all the way down to single digits on every play. Here's a run again off tackle on the near side.
There's a ball carrier down to the 24-yard line. Gain of 4.
So Heidi White Jr. on the stop for East St. Louis Senior.
Shanklin and Bryant.
A nice drive for Belleville East to open up the game here. Inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. It's going to bring up a third down and 5, 4 down territory, I'm sure, for the Lancers. Beeman back in at tailback for the Lancers. Wood barking out signals for Belleville East. Inside handoff. He's going to be hit and drop in our first flag of the game. Let's see what this is all about. The back judge threw a flag.
Beeman's a ball carrier.
Let's see what this is all about.
Down to the 22-yard line for a gain of 2.
They're going to be short of the first down.
Well, on the tackle for East St. Louis, there is a flag on the play.
Let's see what this is all about.
The flag is holding against the Lancers.
So that's the first penalty of the game is going to be a hold against Belleville East. So I'm sure Darren Sunkett will take that penalty instead of 4th and 1. It'll be 3rd and 6, I think. In Belleville East, he pointed toward the Flyers at first, but they're going to mark it back. So it'll be 3rd down in a long 5. Let's call it 6 for the Lancers. We're going to place the ball at the Flyer 32-yard line. Long opening drive for Belleville East. We're inside 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter.
Let's start with 12.
Thanks, man. So there's a 10-yard penalty. So it's actually 3rd down and 13. Let's call it 12 for the Lancers. Shotgun formation. Pass is incomplete on the far side.
Pass intended for Johnson is incomplete.
Good intended for Johnson.
Defending for the Flyers.
So it's going to bring up a 4th down situation for Belleville East. And a big defensive play here for the Flyers and a big offensive possession for the Lancers. 4th down, let's call it 12 for the Lancers. 2-step drop by Wood. Flushed out of the pocket and is almost picked off by the Flyers of King Floyd. And the Flyers will take over on downs as Belleville East comes up empty.
It'll be a turnover on downs, 1st and 10.
So the Flyers will set up shot 1st and 10 from the Lancer from their own 32-yard line. 5:26 to go in the opening quarter. So a nice defensive stand after the long, time-consuming drive by Belleville East. So I'm sure Darren Sunk is going to make them pay on this. Quarterback tonight, Reese Shanklin gets the call tonight once again for the Flyers. The junior Sidney Carlins in a shotgun formation. Offset I formation. They give it to the All-American Myson Johnson Cook across the field. Midfield, he's going to go. 15, 10, 5, to the house. Touchdown, East St. Louis. The All-American Myson Johnson Cook. And a lot of people were saying, oh, he's not that good. He rips one 68 yards on the opening drive. Woo! A lot of people around the Metro East saying, oh, he's not that good. On the first carry, he rips one 68 yards for the score. The All-American Junior number 2 rated athlete in the class of 2027 goes 68. 6-0 Flyers. Pruitt with attempted PAT out of the hole of Baker Jr. for East St. Louis Senior. Good snap, ball down, kick is up high enough, long enough, and it is good. 5:15 to go in the opening quarter. The Flyers strike first blood. Flyers football is brought to you by Thunder pre-workout drink mix. Get the Thunder. Get Thunder pre-workout drink mix. Also sponsored by East St. Louis School District 189. 5:15 to go in the opening quarter. A 68-yard romp on the first play by East St. Louis Senior after they held the Lancers on down 7-0 East St. Louis on top of Belleville East. Flyers at home next weekend in the House of Pain. We'll take on the O'Fallon Panthers. Kickoff at 7 p.m. at the House of Pain. Homecoming for Flyer Nation before we make the trek to Sarasota, Florida to take on nationally ranked IMG Academy. You'll hear it all right here on AM 590. KLIS Radio and streaming live across the country on LouInfo.com. Pruitt set the kickoff for East St. Louis City. The Flyers moving from right to left to open up the first half. 7-0. Myson Johnson Cook, the All-American, from 68 yards out in one play for East St. Louis Senior. Low wobbly kick taken at the 10 by the Lancers, trying to bounce it outside. Number 7 for Belleville East. James Johnson on the return.
Johnson on the return. He's out to the 20-yard line. He'll be 1st and 10 for the Lancers. Floyd and Weaver on the tackle for East St. Louis.
For East St. Louis Senior. Sakari Lawson. So the Lancers will have it, their second possession of the football game. They're going to start at their own 20-yard line. 7-0 Myson Johnson Cook from 68 yards out. Split backfield for the Lancers on first down. Inside handoff to Beeman. Nothing doing. A host of flyers in on the stop that time. Johnny White Jr. along with number 9, Jabari Laughlin on the stop.
St. Louis again.
Montreal Tillman, a host of flyers in on the stop on that one. Give another assist to Mekhi Walker. He's really played a good linebacker the last 3-4 games for East St. Louis City. Pickup of 2, 2nd and 8 for the Lancers. Trying to draw the flyers offside on the hard count. By the quarterback for Belleville East, Caden Wood. Inside handoff, Beeman, nothing doing once again. Flyers, defensive front swarming early here in the first quarter.
Here's the ball carrier for the Lancers. Bryant on the tackle for East St. Louis.
Bryant on the stop for East St. Louis Senior. He may have lost the yard on the play. They're going to mark it back at the 22, so they're going to say 3rd down and 8 once again for Belleville East. Clock on the move. Inside 4 minutes to go. Opening quarter, 7-0 East St. Louis Senior. A beautiful night for high school football. Glad to have you aboard on AM 590. Wood being pressured. He's going to be hit and drop. He's fumbled. They're going to call for it. They're going to say he's down. Cornell McIntosh has scooped it up for the score for the Flyers, but they're going to rule Wood down. And let's see what happens. They're going to say that he threw it. They're going to call it an incompletion.
There
we go. Yep.
There we go.
There's a flag on the play.
And they threw the flag for intentional grounding. It looks like the Lancers are going to be called here. They're going to say Wood threw that ball away. And it's against Belleville East. And the officials concurred there, so. So, back deep for East St. Louis Senior.
Flag on the play is intentional
Ronnie
grounding against the
Gomez
Lancers.
standing at midfield for East St. Louis Senior. Now he's going to keep back in after they mark the ball back on the intentional grounding play by Belleville East. So Gomiller standing at the Lancer 45-yard line. Oh, wobbly kick taken by the up man. Here comes Gomiller. Straight up the gut across the 20, still on his feet to the 10, to the 5. Did he get in? To the house. Touchdown. Touchdown, East St. Louis. Ronnie Gomiller on the scoop and score on the low wobbly punt.
On the return.
And with 3:30 to go, it's 13-0 East St. Louis. And the boys from 4901 State Street said, don't worry about it, Coach Scott. We're not going to be here long tonight. 13-0, 3:30 to go. 2 plays, 2 scores for East St. Louis City. Pruitt with attempted PAT out of number 1, LaRon Baker Jr. for East St. Louis City. Boy, these Flyer team is so nice. Good snap, ball down, kick is up, high enough, long enough, and it is good. 3:30 to go in the opening quarter. We'll step aside. It's East St. Louis Senior 14, the Belleville East Lancers 0. This is Flyers football.
No hurry.
Ford's kick is returned by James Johnson. He's out to the 14-yard line. Tackle by Lawson.
Welcome back to the beautiful campus of Belleville East High School. Johnson on the return for the Lancers. Got him up to around the 13-yard line. And being with the ball carrier for Belleville East.
White on the tackle for East St. Louis.
Picks up no gain on the play. Let's call it 2nd down and 10 from their own 13-yard line for the Lancers. Cook from 68 yards out. And Ronnie Goldmiller on the punt return for East St. Louis Senior. 14-0 Flyers. Inside handoff, Beeman negotiates across the 15 to around the 17-yard line. A host of Flyers in the stop led by Phillip White for East St. Louis
Lofton
Senior.
on the tackle for East St. Louis.
And Jabari Lofton.
Gain of 3, bring up 3rd down.
Once again for the Flyers. 2:29 and counting in the opening quarter. 14-0 East side. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Single back set for the Lancers. Wood barking out signal. Long count by the Lancers as they're trying to run the clock down to zeros almost. They get it down to 1. Wood thrust out of the pocket, looking near side, and he looks like he caught that ball out of bounds. They do not give Johnson the reception.
First pass intended for Johnson is out of bounds.
So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 6 for the Lancers. The clock will stop momentarily. 1:57 to go.
Floyd defending for East St. Louis.
In the opening quarter. And another 4th down situation where the Lancers had a nice opening drive and the Flyers held them on downs. And after that, it's been all east side. A 68-yard route by Myson Johnson. Cook, the All-American, and Ronnie Goldmiller took one to the house. 43 yards on the punt return. Goldmiller's back deep for the Flyers at midfield. Low wobbly kick taken by the up man for East St. Louis Senior. He's going to be hit and dropped inside the 40 to around the 48-yard line.
Player on the return.
And let's see who that was. The up man.
Kenny McCline on the tackle for the Lancers.
Number 9 for East St. Louis Senior, Jamari Lofton on the turn. So the Flyers will set up shop 1st and 10. In excellent field position on the Lancer 38-yard line. I'm Maurice Scott. Glad to have you aboard here on AM 590 KLIS Radio, streaming live on LouInfo.com. Get calls and texts from around the country. People streaming want to listen to Flyer football. I'd like to thank Dave Green, East St. Louis School District 189, and Thunder pre-workout drink mix, and everybody sponsors Flyers football, similar to Chris Bell, among others. 1st and 10, single back set for the Flyers. And Bruce Shanker, he's going to be hit and dropped.
Bruce Ruler on the sack for the Lancers.
Is that shaking? That
Wilson, quarterback for East St. Louis, a loss of 9 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 19.
The 10, they've shown some numbers. Let's see. Is that Jaden Wilson? It looks like Jaden Wilson in for East St. Louis. So Wilson in the ball game for the Flyers. Sacked on the play, loss of 9 on the play, 7 down and 19 for East St. Louis Center. Offset I formation is the All-American Myson Johnson Cook on 2nd down. We got a flag. We got delay of game against East St. Louis Center. So I don't know if that's Reese or Jaden.
It's delay of game against the Flyers.
And we'll have to find out at halftime who it is. If I'm looking right, though, that's Jaden Wilson starting for the Flyers. I don't know if Reese got shaken up or what. Second down and 24, East St. Louis. We'll get the quarterback situation sorted out. Inside a minute to go, opening quarter, 14-0 Flyers. Single back set, handoff. The All-American Cook, far side. He's going to hit and drop.
Cook Johnson, the ball carrier. C.J. Willis on the tackle.
Willis on the tackle for the Lancers.
Falls at the 49-yard line. I'll bring up a third down and 20 for your Lancer defense.
That was Cook. Instead of real terrible, that was nice and Cook. So third down and 20. Let's see what Darren Sunke dials up on third down. With 24 seconds remaining. Only 8 seconds on the play clock. The Flyers need to hurry up. And Darren Sunke is going to have to get a timeout. He's hot. It's like, come on, man, get these plays in.
Timeout, East St. Louis.
Flyers will take their first timeout of the first half with 15.7 ticks remaining, up 14-0. We'll keep it right here. I want to tell you about a new sponsor we got, New York Cleaners. They've been in business for over 75 years in the great city of Champions, East St. Louis, Illinois. 2 locations, 5900 State Street and 2200 Vine Avenue in the city of Champions, East St. Louis, Illinois. They specialize in all full service tailoring and alterations, okay? Make sure that you ask about the full service, the tailoring, and the alterations. It's New York Cleaners, 5900 State Street and 2200 Vine Avenue in East St. Louis, Illinois. The 59th Estate location is 618-226-4544. The Vine Avenue address for everybody over in the South End, 618-268-5268. Proud sponsors of Flyers football. Single back set for the Flyers on third down and 20. 2-step drop, steps up in the pocket, all the time in the world, rifles a pass complete across the middle, inside the 30. And let's see who comes away with
Passes complete to Sadler down the 28-yard line. Killian Roush on the tackle.
Who's that with that catch? We got to get this roster.
It'll bring us to the end of the first quarter.
Completion. That's the end of the quarter number 1 here on the beautiful campus of Belleville.
Lancer fans, tonight we'd like to welcome the newest state champions from our area, the Whiteside Warriors.
Powered by Thunder Keyword Drink Mix in East St. Louis School District 189.
Who just last night won the state baseball championship. The Warriors players and coaches are gathered near the south end zone right now. This is the first state ball championship in Whiteside Warrior history. Please join us in celebrating the state champion players: Jackson Thrune, Cade Lindley, Tyler Rickers, Maxwell Leroy, TJ Armour, Yusuf Ferris, TK Purabot, Mason McGee, Jacob Hadaway, Bentley Lindeman, Miles Lockridge, Ajani Mitchum, Dominic Kreider, and the manager, Leif Ferris. A huge thank you and congratulations to the outstanding coaches who guided the Warriors to victory. Coaches Tony Griffith, Matt Thrune, Sherwin Lockridge, and Mike McGee. Congratulations to the state champion Whiteside Warriors. Cook Johnson, the ball carrier. C.J.
Welcome
Willis.
back to action here on the Flyers Radio Network.
17-yard line.
Tyson Johnson Cook on the run for East St. Louis Senior, as I would try to check out, and that is Jaden Wilson, quarterback in the night for the Flyers. So Myson Johnson Cook picks up the first down for East St. Louis Senior. Flyers on the move inside the Lancer 20-yard line at the Lancer 17. Single back set is Amir Tillman for the Flyers. Motion man is Goldmiller. Flash down, and Wilson's pass is incomplete. And let's see what the flag is all about.
Coleman defending
Sattler,
for
the
East St.
intended
Louis.
receiver
For
for
Belleville
East
East.
St.
That'll
Louis
bring up a
Senior.
2nd down and 10.
And it's going to be against the Flyers.
Flag on the play. It's against the Flyers.
So they say the legal motion against East St. Louis Senior. 11:48 to go before the half. Flyers threatening once
Flag on the
again.
play is a
14-0
legal shift
East
against
side
the
on
Flyers.
top. Jaden Wilson getting the
5-yard
call
penalty will
tonight
be first down
as
and
the starter
15
for East St. Louis Senior. Single back set is Amir Tillman for the Flyers. Inside handoff. Check that. That's Mikeson Johnson Cook trying to get the perimeter outside. Bulls his way down to the 10-yard line. Inside the 10 to about the 9. Goes the All-American Mikeson Johnson Cook.
Tillman's the ball carrier. C.J. Willis on the tackle.
Willis on the stop for Belleville East. Flyers are picking up the pace
Gain
here.
of 12,
Going
that'll be
tempo
second
on
down and
second
3.
down. Single back set for the Flyers. Tillman negotiates inside the 10 to the 5 to the house. Touchdown East Side. 11:19 to go, and the Flyers are struck
Tillman's the ball
again.
carrier. He's in the end
Tillman
zone for a touchdown. East St. Louis.
from 12 yards out. And it's all East Side here in the first half. 20-0 with the PAT forthcoming. Impressive drive by East St. Louis Senior. And Pruitt once again will attempt the PAT out of the hole for number 1, the Ryan Baker Jr. for Darren Sumpis Flyers. High snap, he gets it down, ball is up and good. He splits the uprights. 11:19 to go here in the campus of Belleville East. 21-0, East St. Louis Senior on top. And the number 1 overall ranked team in the state of Illinois continues to roll here in the Metro East. Once again, the Flyers will be at home at the House of Pain next week to play the O'Fallon Panthers. Pregame at 6:55, kickoff at 7 o'clock at historic Clyde C. Jordan Memorial Stadium on the beautiful campus of East St. Louis Senior High School. 21-0, East St. Louis on top. Currently ranked number 25, I think, this week in the national poll. A couple of weeks we go to Sarasota, Florida to take on the number 4 ranked team in the country, IMG Academy. You'll hear it right here on AM 590. NewInfo.com. Pruitt set to kick off in the second quarter. 11:19 to go. 21-0 East St. Louis. High end over end kick all the way back to the 2. He fumbles the football at the 1. Johnson negotiates across the 10. Stutter step move, still on his feet, and knocked back to around the 11-yard line by a host of Flyers. And on the stop, Jamari Ware.
Even on the return, it's out to the 14-yard line.
For East St. Louis.
Ware on the tackle for East St. Louis.
21-0 East St. Louis on top. Number 1 ranked team in the entire state of Illinois, regardless of class, and they're showing it here tonight. Once again, here at Belleville. A lot of people do a lot of talking when they see this outfit in action. 1st and 10, here come the Lancers in the single back set. The quarterback Wood for Belleville East. The Lancers moving from left to right here in the second quarter. Check that right to left here in the second quarter. It's a run by the running back for the Lancers.
Demons, the ball carrier, is out to the 22-yard line. Weaver on the tackle for East St. Louis.
For Belleville East. Check that Demon on the line for the Lancers. Pick up of 8 yards on the play. 2nd down and 2 from their own 22 on the Lancers. Flyers in the 4-3 defense. Motion man far side for the Lancers is Willis. And once again, Demon.
Demons, the ball carrier, Down to the 28-yard line.
Hard Weaver on the stop.
Floyd on the tackle for East St. Louis. Stevens carries good for Belleville East. Lancer. First down. LAN.
First down, the third first down of the half. 10-20 in county before the half. 21-0 East side. The Lancers from their own 28-yard line. Caden Wood barking out sickness for the Lancers, and we got flags on the play. Let's see what this is all about. Preliminary indication it's going to be against Belleville East once again. Legal procedure against the Lancers.
Flag on the play is a false start against the Lancers.
So they're going to push the Lancers back to their own 23-yard line. First and 10 for the Lancers. Wood barking out signals in a single back set for Belleville East. Motion man is Wood for Willis, for the Lancers. They're going to air it out, far side, deep ball, and they're going to throw a flag.
James Johnson.
That ball was uncatchable, but they're going to get the flag anyway against East St. Louis Senior. Anything to help.
Davis is defending for East St. Louis.
So it's going to be first down for Belleville East. Let's see what they're going to mark that ball. This is not the NFL, so let's see. This will be a 15-yard penalty. That's the official marks here. It's settled at the Lancer 38-yard line. So it'll be first and 10, Belleville East, 9:47 to go before the half. 21-0 East side on top. Quarterback for the Lancer is Wood. Raw uniforms, white pants, and powder blue heels. The Belleville East Lancers 5-1 on the young season. Coach Beeman negotiates across the 35.
Where's the ball carrier?
Pinwheels down to around the 38-yard line.
On the tackle.
No gain on the play. Kayla Brown, among others, in on the stop for East St. Louis. Second down and 10 from their own 39. We'll give them a yard. Quarterback Wood in a single back set for Belleville East. 1 second down. Here goes Beeman. Oh, he's going to be hit and dropped. He didn't get back to the line of scrimmage that time. Knifing in for East St. Louis Senior, number 55, Big Montreal Tillman for the Flyers. Nice play by the big fella. I mean, he just got off the line of scrimmage and beat a double team and knifed in for the loss. He's going to bring up a third down, and that's what Darren Sunke wants to do, put Belleville East in long-distance third down situations. Defensive coordinators, Brandon Gregory and Trevor Dismute dialing something up on third down. Here come the Flyers on the bench. They try to catch it. They catch it. Oh, what a wallop far side. On the completion, it looks like Johnson.
At the 45-yard line.
And what a hit that time by Jabari Lawton for East St. Louis Senior. They're going to be shy of first down. It's going to be fourth down at about 4. Let's see what the Lancers elect to do. They're going to have to go for it. They have nothing to prove or be ashamed of. They're rolling the dice here, playing with house money. They know who they're playing against tonight. Fourth down and 4. Here come the Lancers. Offset I formation. Looking for a long count. The Flyers don't jump. And Belleville East is going to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here with 7:42 to go before the half. And Mike Harrison and his staff take some time out. The Lancers coming into the contest 5-1 tonight. In the state of Illinois, 5 wins qualifies you for a playoff, so they're playing for seeding purposes. East St. Louis Senior with the 2 losses to nationally ranked teams Bishop Gorman and Berman Catholic. So the Flyers can end up 7-2. We're going to beat O'Fallon next week, or even 6-3. So there's a possibility. If we end up 7-2, we'll probably end up hosting the open round in the playoffs. But a 6-3 record, we may be on the road in the opening round. But there's plenty of football to play before we start getting ahead of ourselves. 4th down and 4 for Belleville East. Wood brings the Lancers out in an offset I formation. Fakes the inside handoff. He has a stutter step move complete to Johnson. Near side on the look-in pass.
He goes on the reception down the 45-yard line of the Flyers.
A nice play. Wood.
There on the tackle for East St. Louis. Wilson's reception's good for Lancer. First down. L.A.N.
Offense for the Lancers. Clock on the moves. Approaching 7:25 to go before the half. Wood stares over at the Lancer sideline, getting the play. Trying to run this play clock all the way down to single digits. He does. 2-step drop. Woods airs it out. Near side, he's looking for Willis. Nice coverage on the play. And oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me?
Pass is intended for C.J. Willis. It's incomplete.
He couldn't even catch that pass. Willis, the intended receiver for the Lancers, and they're going to call pass interference against the Flyers. And man, I tell you,
flag will be pass interference against East St. Louis.
That ball had sailed 15 yards over this guy's head.
Okay, all good. Yeah, my bad.
So, they're going to mark the ball at the Flyer 30-yard line. So 1st and 10, Lancers on the move in a single back set. Wood barking out signal for the Lancers. Flyers very disciplined on defense tonight. Not taking a hard count. On 1st down for the Lancers. That's a legal procedure. Let's see if they're going to call that. Running back definitely motion.
Flag on the play will be a false start against Belleville East.
So they get the Lancers that time in the illegal procedure. Once again, the Lancers have qualified for the IHSA playoffs, more than likely in 8A. So they're playing for seeding purposes. The better the record, the better the seed. So it'll be 1st and 15 for Belleville East. The clock is stopped momentarily, 7:06 to go before the half, 21-0 East side. Wood, no pressure, looking pass, he threw it behind, and he had a wide open receiver. On the far side, James Johnson was wide open. He threw it behind him. It's a time and play. He's got to throw that ball in front of him. So the clock is stopped at 7:02 on the incompletion. 2nd down and 15 for Belleville East from the Flyer 35. I'm sorry. A beautiful night here in the Metro East area in St. Louis and listening across the country. A great night for high school football. Motion man for the Lancers far side. Screen set up, and it's going to be dropped. Josh Ware.
Intended for Ware is incomplete.
The intended receiver on the screen pass for the Lancers. Quarterback Wood, he's been very poised here in the first quarter. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 15 for Belleville East, down 21. And no doubt, I would think it would be 4-down territory, but they may want to play some field position. But it's 3rd down, nevertheless. Single back set for the Lancers on 3rd down. He motions him out. Wood hits him out in the flat. Number 15 for the Lancers. Picks up a couple of yards on the play. That's Josh Ware once again for the Lancers. Jahidi White Jr.
Gain of 4. White on the tackle.
Along with Phillip White once again for East St. Louis Senior. Phillip White with 2 interceptions last week and a pick 6 against the Edwardsville Tigers, and he's really coming to his own. Only a junior in this young roster for the East St. Louis Flyers. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 11 for the Belleville East Lancers with 6:15 to go before the half. I'm Marvin Scott. Glad to have you aboard on AM 590 KLIS Radio, and we're going to get a timeout. Belleville East. And Ryan, we'll keep it here once again on the timeout. As the Lancers on 4th down have a crucial play that's coming up. They need to keep this drive going down 21-0. The ball will be marked at the 31-yard line on 4th down and 11. So 4th down and 11.
Hey, cuz, you got a whole row right here.
For Belleville East. Single back set for the Lancers on 4th down. Wood, 2-step drop, steps up in the pocket, being flushed out, and that ball is going to be incomplete on the far side. And the Flyers will take over on downs. They hold once again to negate another Lancer drive.
Passes
With
incomplete.
6:04 to go before the half.
1st and 10 for the Flyers.
They real nice. They got a good 12 too. They 8, dash 8, 9, 12. They are 8.
So the Flyers will take over 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line with 6:04 to go before the half. So Darren sunk it. Let's see what he dialed up. Trips near side for Jaden Wilson and the Flyers on 1st down. He's going to step a middle screen. Oh, it picked off by the Lancers, and that's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown, Belleville East, and Jaden Wilson laid one out there. And he was sitting there looking at it.
Touchdown.
Lancers on the board with 5:55 to go before the half. That's a nice play by the Lancers. You read that bubble screen and interception return for the touchdown. Number 99 for the Lancers. Hoss. Pick us up and go. 555 on the scoreboard. Lancers on the scoreboard. 21-7.
Score, East St. Louis 21. Belleville 7.
Let's see what happens. I'm sure that the Flyers I really like the fact that the Lancers scored. So,
Let me get out this way. Where you talking? No, it's going to be no game. That's
21-7. East side on top. On the INT return by Belleville East. So East is taking a long time to come out. Now they come out. Sam Hawks set to kick off for the Lancers. 5:55 to go before the half. 21-7. Eastside on top of Belleville East in the Southwestern Conference matchup. Back deep for East St. Louis Senior.
Hockey set to kick off for the Lancers.
It's Amari Ware and Tillman for East St. Louis Senior. Stutter steps to the football and a short kick. Taken by one of the up men by East St. Louis Senior. That's like Jeremiah Reed. Nope, that's
Walker on the return for East St. Louis.
And the up man for the Flyers took it. So the Flyers will set up shop in
That's
excellent
Brown.
field position. First and
Special teams
10
tackle
from their
for Belleville
own
East.
39-yard line. And only a second ticked off the clock on that short kickoff. And let's see what Darren Suckett dials up here on first down. Single back set is the All-American Myson Johnson Cook. Cook gets it. Far side, across the 40, 45 to the 50. Inside Lancer territory, looking for the end zone. To the 5, to the 10, to the house. Touchdown on one play. Lightning is struck again here at Belleville. Myson Johnson Cook. Yes, sir. Counted up 61 yards for the All-American, and just like that, everybody talking about it. I got to keep saying it. Oh, he ain't that good. He ain't there. He's the number 2 rated football player in the class of 2027, y'all. Myson Johnson Cook, the All-American, takes another one to the house. 5:42 to go before the half. 27-0 with the PAT forthcoming. Pruitt set to tip the PAT out of the hole to number 1, Ryan Baker Jr. for the Flyers. Ball down, kick is up, and it's blocked at the line of scrimmage. That was kind of a bad snap, and Baker couldn't get that one down. Nevertheless, 5:42 to go before the half. 27-7. It's all East Side. 2 All-American. The All-American, 2 All-American touchdown runs in the first half. 2 moments. Myson Johnson Cook. Hey man, it might be 3. I got to double check. I know it's 2 for sure. Pruitt set to kick off for the Flyers. Up 20, 27-7. Flyers are super clean once again tonight. White tops, orange pants, and blue helmet. Haven't worn this combination this year. Pruitt set to kick off.
12 o'clock.
Approaches the football. Leans in it and a high end over spiral kick. Taken by Johnson. Check that out. He's got a save. That's not Johnson. That's number 18 for the Lancers. Anthony
Hike on the return.
on the return for the Belleville East Lancers.
Floyd on the tackle for East St. Louis.
So Belleville East will have it. First and 10 from their own 23-yard line with 5:37 to go before the half. Lancers moving from right to left on your radio dial here in the second quarter. Silverback set is beaming for the Lancers on first time down. Wood barking outside. It was inside handoff.
Where the ball carrier out to the 24-yard line. Bryant on the tackle for East St. Louis.
That's Ware back into the ball game in the backfield for the Lancers. Corey Weaver on the stop for East St. Louis Senior along with Phillip White. Pick up a 1 yard on the play. Second down and 9 for the Lancers. Clock on the move. Inside 5 minutes to go before the half. Offset I formation for the Lancers. Fake handoff inside. Looking pattern complete once again. That looking pattern has been money
Jake
all night
Johnson
for
on the
Belleville East.
reception. Caden Wood out to the 35-yard line.
Johnson.
Tackled by
Caden
Davis
Wood
of
for
the
the
Flyers.
Lancers.
That's
Picks
good
up
for
a
a Beverly
Lancer first down.
Lancer. First down. LAN.
From the Lancer 35, 1st and 10, Belleville East.
B-A-S. A-T-A-S.
Offset I formation for Belleville East on first down. That's kind of like their base offense. Looks like Ware is going to be stacked up in the line of scrimmage. He may even lose a large.
Now on the tackle for East St. Louis.
Tillman, White, and McIntosh, the whole defensive front for East St. Louis Senior on the stop. Approaching the 4-minute mark before the half, 27-7, East Side. They give him the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10 once again. Caden Wood and the Lancers on a hard count. And they're going all the way to the end of the play clock. Let's see, did they call another timeout? And Coach Harrison's going to have called another kind of timeout, and he's going to burn his last one of the half. And they're trying to, on purpose, have a play clock, but it doesn't matter when the clock is stopped. So, 3:39 to go. And the Lancers burned their 3rd and final timeout for the first half. 27-7 East Side. Once again, I'm going to tell you about over 75 years of business in the city of Champions, East St. Louis, Illinois, New York cleaners. 5900 State Street is one location, and 2200 Vine Avenue is the other location, serving the South End over there. Full service. They got tailoring, alterations, and much, much more. Give them a call, 618-226-4544 at the State Street location. And over in the South End, 618-268-5268. New York Cleaners, over 75 years in business, proud sponsors of Flyers football. 2nd down and 10 for the Lancers. Wood fakes the handoff, and he's going to be hit and dropped all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Grant on the quarterback sack for the Flyers.
And the sack.
Timeout East St. Louis.
On the play, and Coach Sunkett immediately gets a timeout. That's Philo White on the sack. It looks like they're going to give him credit for the sack. And Coach Sunkett immediately gets a timeout. Try to put some more points on the board with the Lancers facing a 3rd down and 19 from their own 26-yard line. A beautiful night for football here in Belleville, Illinois. Maurice Scott, Brian Sweeney, back in the studio, AM 590 KLIS Radio, the home of Flyers football. So 3rd down situation in long. Let's call it 19 for the Lancers. The single back set is where Wood barking out signals. Takes the look in pattern. He's going to do deep ball. Flying no good. Overshoots his man and around the 48-yard line. He's doing a double coverage. Nice defensive coverage by the Flyers on the far side. And the Flyers hold and will take over on downs and looking for more money in the end zone with 3:28 to go before the half. Flyers have been muddy on 4th down situations here tonight. Now, pardon me, I thought that was 4th down. This is 4th down. So they're going to go for it. I think they're going to probably push punt. They could sit back. Jabari Lofton just in case for the Lancers. And the quarterback will punt it out of there. They didn't fool the Flyers. It takes a Lancer roll inside 45, and they're going to field it at the Flyers 40-yard line.
Bounce in the Flyer territory will be first and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Kerry Willis fields it at the Flyer 40-yard line. 3:16 to go. Before the half, 27-7. East St. Louis Senior on top. Jaden Wilson gets the start tonight for Darren Sunken's East St. Louis Flyers. Single back set. This looks like Ahmad Coleman. Stutter step move. Look at the man still on his feet. Bowls over Lancers defenders inside the 40 to around the 38-yard line. And Wilson rushes up to the line of scrimmage.
Coleman's the ball carrier. Brought down by Ryan Hunt.
Ahmad Coleman with a nice
first
run.
Down for East St. Louis.
East St. Louis Senior. Clock on the move, 2:55 to go. Coleman once again, far side, knifes his way inside the 35, to around the 31. Goes Ahmad Coleman.
Coleman's the ball carrier. Kenny McCline on the tackle for East St. Louis. It'll bring up second down and 4.
Second down for East St. Louis Senior. Wilson completion to Gomiller. Stutter step move. Still on his feet. Inside the 10 and tripped up at around the 7-yard line is Ronnie Gomiller. The completion.
Routes on the tackle for Belleville East.
Wilson to Gomiller. First and goal, East St. Louis. It's a running way. Amir Tillman. Touchdown, East St. Louis.
Tillman, the ball carrier, is in the end zone for a
touchdown run. Tillman from 7 yards out. And the Flyers back into the blue end zone of the Belleville East Lancers. It's 33-7 with 1:57 to go before the half. And a nice job by the Flyers coaching staff that time after they held them on downs to get the time out. And they go 60-plus yards. Tillman from 7 yards out. Pruitt with attempted PAT out of the hole to Ryan Baker Jr. for East St. Louis Senior. Bad snap. They get it down. Let's see the Pruitt kick it through. We got a whistle. And they call it good.
Yes. Kick is good.
Pruitt's good. Kick is good. Yes.
Ryan
Ryan Baker Jr. does an excellent job getting that ball down for Pruitt. 1:57 to go before the half. 34-7. East side on top of the Belleville East Lancers. They're 5-1, by the way. Belleville East Lancers. And you know, I say that with all due respect. But some people just all the talk. And they say it's always not the same East St. Louis team, and we just roll and roll every week. Darren Sutton and his staff and his boys are doing it once again here tonight. 1:57 to go before the half. 34-7. East side on top of Belleville East. In Pruitt is set to kick off for East St. Louis Senior, the Avena University recruit. And this young man has deserved everything he's got. Worked his way into a Flyer uniform as the kicker this year. Got a college scholarship. Coach Angie son His brother is John Jackson playing for Central Michigan. Here's Johnson, negotiates across the 20 on the return. And once again, he's going to be hit and dropped by a host of flies. I mean, they're swarming. See St. Louis City. Wait a minute, they trying to stay with a fumble on that? Nope. Doggy Dog, Jeremiah Reed, and a host of other flies who are in the stop for East Side. It looks like we got an injured player at the bottom of the pile. Oh no, that's just the Lancers huddling up for the next play. So the Lancers will have it 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line. Minute 49 to go before the half. A lot of people are listening on the City of Champions television network as well, getting our feed, and we appreciate everybody listening and watching here on the Flyers Radio Network. 1st and 10, offset I for the Lancers. Wood, 2-step drop, trying to set up a screen. He's just going to throw the ball away. We have penalty markers on the play. And let's see what this is all about. It's like preliminary indication.
This pass goes out of bounds. It was a flag on the play.
This is about.
Flag on the play is an ineligible man downfield against the Lancers. The penalty has been
against Belleville East. An eligible man downfield as they tried to set up a screen that time. And the lineman got a little ahead of themselves. So if the Lancers don't watch out, the Flyers might get the ball back once again before the half with an opportunity to score again deep inside Lancers territory. They're going to block that ball all the way at the Lancer 22-yard line. 2nd down. As Coach Sunken declines that penalty. Single back set as Beeman negotiates across the 20. He's going to be hit and stacked up at the line of scrimmage by East Side once again. Cornell McIntosh. Nice in for East St. Louis. And Darren Sunk is going to get another timeout.
East St. Louis.
I told you. So the Flyers will take their 2nd time out of the half with 1:38 to go. Up 34-7. And smelling and looking for more. As they call the defensive timeout. Beautiful night here on the campus of Belleville East. And this is a beautiful, beautiful setting here at Belleville East. The Lancer emblem engraved into their turf out there. Looks real nice. The end zone, powder blue and white, with East on it. Beautiful, beautiful football campus here at Belleville East. Home of the Lancer. So the Lancers will trot back out on 3rd down and 10 with 1:38 to go, and they need to get a 1st down because the Flyers have plenty of time to put some more points on the board with a defensive stop. Single back set is where as Wood barks out signals for the Lancers on 3rd down. Inside handoff. And nice yardage by the Lancers. Number 3
the ball carrier out to the 30-yard
nice
line.
ranch for the Lancers.
Gain of 8. Bryant on the
Pick up
tackle.
8 yards
St.
on the
Louis,
play
so
by
they'll bring it
Belleville
4th down
East all the way up to the
for the
30-yard line.
Lancers.
So they have a decision to make here on 4th down. 4th down on the wrong 2. And let's see what they elect to do. They're going to act like they're going to run a play here. Single back set, motion man far side is Willis on 4th down for the Lancers. Long count by Wood for Belleville East. They give it inside handoff, and the Flyers are going to stop this guy. They're going to take over on downs once again. As the Flyers defense hold once again.
It'll be a turnover on
Number
down.
13 for East St. Louis
White
City.
and Brown on the tackle
Corey Weaver
for East
points
St. Louis.
and says 1st down East St. Louis. Oh boy, these guys. So it's going to be 1st and 10 East side from the Lancer 28-yard line with 51 seconds to go before the half. Here comes the Flyers offense back on the field. This ain't the same east side. This ain't real. Get out of here. 1st and 10, Flyers back on the move with 51 seconds left. Wilson, 2-step drop, steps up in the pocket, fires over the middle, complete to the 5. And the fumble is going to hit. Let's see who comes away with it. It looks like the Flyers are going to get it. What a hit down at the goal line. A more sharp on the reception for east side. And we have the injured Lancers. It looked like the Flyers were able to pounce on the football. And East St. Louis recovers the fumble. Wilson fired one over the middle to Ahmad Sharp. And what a lick by the Lancers on Sharp. And the injured Lancer is down. Hopefully it's just a cramp. The Flyers recovered at the Lancer 15-yard line. That ball scooted out after the completion at about the 4-yard line, and the injured Lancer is up. Number 1 for Belleville East, Kerry Willis. So it's going to be first down. It was a first down, and then the fumble. So first down and 10 from the Lancer 15 for East St. Louis. Single back set. Willis, 2-step drop. Oh, there's a pick at the goal line. And Baron Southern won't be happy about that. Interception by number 7
for the Lancers.
James Johnson for Belleville East.
Flyers
negated for another score right before the half. There's 2 picks by Wilson. And that one was right at the goal line. So the Lancers, if they're smart, they would just sit on this football and trot back to the locker room. And they're lucky to be down 34-7. Let's see what they elect to do here. 28.4 ticks remaining before the half. Let's see what Mike Harrison elects to do here. They're going to get a delay of game thing. I know they're going to sit on it now. They wouldn't be smart to run
a delayed game against the Lancers.
6 remaining before the half. I'm going to mark that off 5 when a delay of game as one of the Lancer linemen were late getting to the game, number 54 for Belleville East. So Wood in a single back set, they give a handoff. I don't know why they give it to Willis, and he's going to be hit
the ball carrier onto the 20-yard line. Tripped up by Johnson of the Flyers.
And ladies and gentlemen, it looks like they're going to let the clock run out. That was pretty smart. That's going to be the end of the first half of play here on the beautiful campus of Belleville East High School. Southwestern Conference action here tonight. It's the East St. Louis Flyers 34, the Belleville East Lancers 7. Flyers football at halftime is brought to you by Thunder Pre-Workout Drink Mix, East St. Louis School District 189, New York Cleaners. 34-7, Flyers on top of the Lancers. This is Flyers football.
The center for the Bands of America, St. Louis Super Regional.
In the country, according to Matt Spread. That
The
around
Marching Lancers will end their season playing host to 12 bands or more at the Greater St. Louis Marching Band Festival. Ladies and gentlemen, the Belleville East High School Marching Lancers.
Football is right around the corner. Big game in Columbia in Como tomorrow. The University of Alabama is in town in Como, and they take on the Missouri Tigers. So good luck to the Tigers. And a big game in Champaign, Illinois tomorrow is the Ohio State Buckeyes. They take on the Fighting Illini. You see Brandon Harrison and Melvin Priestley, two starters for the Flyers on the Illinois offensive line. You get to see them tomorrow. You can hear Illinois football right here on 590 AM KLIS Radio at blueinfo.com, streaming live tomorrow afternoon. It's the Fighting Illini on the Fighting Illini Network. They will host the Ohio State Buckeyes. The Flyers are coming back on the field. Flyers up 34-7. We'll step aside and get ready. Ryan Swingle, let's get ready for the second half action. Aaron Suckett, and I'm sure told his kids we don't plan on being here much longer here tonight. 34-7. Flyers on top. You're listening to Flyers football on the Flyers, home of the Flyers, 590 AM KLIS Radio, and streaming live on luinfo.com. This is Flyers football.
I had to come to your hood to listen to Bud, and I've been listening to you for many years. Just your professionalism.
I appreciate it.
No, really. Just see what he's doing. Just a shame for those fans over there to hear that. Yeah, it's a shame, man.
I was listening to it. I was like,
seriously, I don't want nobody. I mean, that's just a little deal. I ain't trying to cut it.
But this kind of program, this ain't the whole thing. This ain't it. Right.
Hey, man.
Despite Third quarter action is about to begin here on the beautiful campus of Belleville East, home of the Lancers. Flyers up 34-7 here at halftime, and we'll get the opening kickoff to start the third quarter. I'm Maurice Scott, glad to have you aboard here on AM 590 KLIS Radio. We're streaming live across the country on LouInfo.com. Glad to have you aboard. And kind of a weird game. The Flyers could easily have about 50 points. The Lancers with a pick and a return for a touchdown right before the half, goal line interception. Keep this game respective at the half. 34-7. Tillman in the word back deep for East St. Louis Senior. As the Lancers teared up, and it hits a Flyer up front, and it's going to be the Lancers football. As the ball caroms off the Flyer.
Ricochets off the Flyers.
And Antoine
Brown is
Brown
there to pick it up. That'll be a first and 10 for the
Lancers. So the Lancers get a break to open up the third quarter here at Belleville East. The Flyers defense will have to get back out there. The Lancers will have it first and 10 from the Flyer 48-yard line. Wood will bring the troops out in a single back set that looks like Willis for the Lancers. Caden Wood barking out signals on the long count, inside handoff, negotiation cross the 47 to around the 49-yard line.
There's the ball carrier.
Goes to Lancers. Where?
Bryant on the tackle.
On the
flag
run.
on the play.
It looks like we have a little laundry down on that first carry by Belleville East. It's going to be against the Lancers.
Flag on the play is a chop block against the Lancers.
So a chop block against the Lancers. And the ball will march and be marked back inside Lancer territory. 15-yard penalty all the way back to the Lancer 37-yard line. They had that ball at the Flyer 48. So first down and a mile for the Lancers. Single back set is Ware as Wood barks out signals for the Lancers. Looking pass. Oh, it almost picked off that time. Raheem Floyd
For James Johnson.
jumped that route and almost took that one for 7. It's the same looking pattern by the Lancers. They have a real vanilla offense. And that one, that route was jumped by Raheem Floyd, who, by the way, is being recruited by Florida State, among others. Only a junior, 6'3", 190, Raheem Floyd, cornerback. Out there on the island on 2nd down and 25 for the Lancers. 2-step drop, looking pass near side. Wood connects to number 5. Cotton for the Belleville East Lancers.
Reception is out to the 50-yard line.
They haven't gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. They have to get to the Flyer 48. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 12. Approaching the 11-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. East side up 34-7. And the Lancers very deliberate on offense on the play clock situation. Wood, one take on the clock, takes the handoff, look-in pass, and almost picked off again. And they're going to get one of those for the Knights over here.
Pass intended for James Johnson.
Intended for Johnson on the far side. Floyd on the coverage once again for Eastside.
Raheem, stay sharp, baby.
So it's going to bring up a 4th down in a punting situation for the Lancers. Jamari Ware back deep for East St. Louis Senior. Low wobbly kick. Almost hit a Flyer and Ware. He's going to cover and they're going to rule him down. If the Lancers box into the end zone, but they say it's Flyers possession.
Ball is down.
And East St. Louis Senior will set up shop 1st and 10.
12-yard line.
With 10:35 to go in the 3rd quarter from their own 12-yard line. So Darren Sunkett on the far side releases his troops and his offensive unit. Let's see what he dials up. Here on the first possession of the 3rd quarter. Getting a little nippy out here. Let me zip my coat up. It's stuck. Wilson still in at quarterback. But Darren Sunkett's East St. Louis Flyers on 1st down. Inside handoff. That's Myson Johnson Cook. Nicest way across the 15 to around the 19-yard line.
Cook Johnson on the carry, brought down by McClain. And Lula.
Give him 3 yards on the play. Let's go with 2nd down and 7.
6 for the Flyers.
For the Flyers. Ryan Baker Jr. near side, Go Miller in the slot for East St. Louis Senior. On 2nd down, the quarterback Jaden Wilson barking out signals for Darren Sunkett Flyers. 1-step drop and an incompletion on the far side. Cortez Rupert.
Pass intended for
The
Rupert.
Indiana
Brandon
recruit.
Bush defending for the Lancers.
So to bring up a 3rd down
and 6
situation,
for
the
your
clock
Lancer
is stopped
defense.
momentarily with 9:51 to go in the 3rd quarter. Wearing Go Miller near side, Rupert far side for East St. Louis Senior. Motion man is Go Miller. And Wilson's pass is complete to Rupert on the far side.
Cook Johnson on the reception. Brandon Bush on the tackle.
Bush on the stop for the Belleville East Lancers.
4th down and 3
Clock
for
is
the
ticking,
Flyers.
9:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. And the Flyers were set up for their first punt of the night. As the Lancers hold on downs. And Johnson's back deep for Belleville East. 9-12, 9-11 to go third quarter. 34-7, East Side on top. The Flyers, their first punt of the night. Go Miller gets it out of there. Oh, he's going to be hit and dropped at the 49-yard line. Bakari Weaver with the big hit for East Side, along with Jeremiah Reed for East St. Louis, who's having a heck of a night on special teams for East St. Louis Senior.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the
So
Lancers.
the Lancers will have excellent field position, though.
Lancer fans,
From the
Lancer
Flyers'
volleyball
48-yard
continues their
line with
strong
exactly
season
9
last
minutes
night
to go in
with
the
a
third
3-set
quarter.
win over Belleville West. The win improves the
34-7,
Lancers
East
team
Side
record
on
to
top.
22
Don't
and
forget
5.
homecoming at the
Earlier
House
this
of
week, the
Pain
team
next
secured
Friday
the
night.
number 2
Those
seed
Valley
in the
Panthers will be in town.
subsectional. Next week, Coach Hanger and the girls will be at Edwardsville on Tuesday and home against Alton
Pregame,
on
6:55.
Thursday before traveling
Kickoff,
to
7
Glenbard
o'clock.
East for the
From
2014
Clyde
Autumn Fest
Memorial Stadium.
Invitational Tournament. Good luck to the volleyball Lancers.
1st and 10 for Wood and the Lancers in the single back set. Down 34-7 and a deep handoff to Ware. And knifing in is Gregory for East St. Louis Senior.
Stevens, the ball carrier, foul on the tackle.
Gregory Bell for the
Three on the play
Flyers.
to bring up 2nd and 13.
Loss of 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 13 for the Belleville East Lancers. Clock on the move. Approaching 8:30 to go in the third quarter. 34-7. East Side on top of the Lancers. And once again, the Lancers are very, very deliberate on offense. Play clock all the way down to 3 seconds. Woods, he's going to be hit and dropped. The big man, number 54 for the Flyers, Caleb Brown.
With the quarterback
He's been
sack
having a heck of
for
a
the Flyers.
season for the Flyers on defense. On the sack, all the way back to the Lancer 42-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 18 situation for the Belleville East Lancers, and they're going to count this on the down to single digits again. They're at 5 seconds. They need to score. They need to change that strategy. Wood barking out signals, and we're going to get a timeout, Belleville East, and they're in disarray on offense. We'll keep it right here on the timeout. On 3rd down and 18 with 7:33
Boys
to
and
go
girls golf season is scheduled to close earlier this week.
in the third
But
quarter.
there's plenty to
Flyers up
celebrate.
34-7.
The Lady Lancers
Let
qualified
me
for
tell
the
you about
sectional
New
as a
York
team for the
Cleaners.
first time in many years.
2
While the boys
locations, of
advanced
course,
2
in the
players
city
to
of
the
Champions.
sectionals. Hayden
5900
Knightson
State
and
Street
Mason Schreiner.
and 2200
Congratulations to our
Vine Avenue
golfers
over
on
in
a
the
great season.
south end in Deuce 9 here. 618-226-4544 at the 59th Estate location. 618-268-5268 on the Vine Avenue location. Let me tell you, full service, dry cleaning, tailoring, and of course, alterations. You don't have to run to other communities. You can get alterations right there at New York Cleaners. Over 75 years of business in the city of East St. Louis, Illinois. Proud sponsors of Flyers football. 3rd down and 18 for the Belleville East Lancers. Single back set is where 2-step drop. Wood airs it out. 4th side and dropped. He had a man wide open. A great play call after the timeout.
Pass intended for Hike is incomplete.
And Hikes couldn't reel it in for the Lancers. It'll bring up 4th down. And the quarterback for Belleville East, Caden Wood, rainbowed it out there far side, and the wide receiver just couldn't connect. Ronnie Goldmiller back deep for East St. Louis. The ever dangerous Ronnie Goldmiller standing at his own 25. 1-step drop, he takes a hop. Here he comes up the middle, across the 40. 45, 50, he's going to go. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, to the house. Touchdown Flyers, and a late flag. And let's see what this is all about. Goldmiller from 80-yard punt return, and let's see what happens. And it looks like they may get Corey Weaver on the return for East St. Louis. Oh, they're going to call that against the Lancers a little bit. Let's see as the officials are communicating. Let's see. Here comes the call. Little confusion. And they said offset field. Now, Coach Sunken wants to know what the heck is going on. Goldmiller on the 80-yard punt return. So I think the touchdown may have been good. They have not put the points up on the scoreboard. I think that was against Belleville East. So I think that touchdown is going to stand. Let's see if Pruitt. Looks like Pruitt's coming out. That touchdown is going to stand. Touchdown Flyers. So Pruitt is going to come out. The Avena College recruit, the kicker for East St. Louis Senior, will attempt the PAT out of the hole of number 1, the Ryan Baker Jr. for the Flyers. 7:08 to go, third quarter. So Pruitt would attempt the PAT. Good snap. Ball down. Kick is up. High enough. Long enough. And it is good. 7:08 to go on the campus of Belleville East. It's all east side. 41-7. Flyers on top as Ronnie Goldmiller romps 80 yards on the punt return for East St. Louis Senior. So after the opportunity for the Lancers, the wide receiver on the far side on the rainbow pass couldn't haul it in. Flyers answer immediately on the punt as Ronnie Goldman romps for 80 yards for a touchdown. 41-7. East side on top of the Belleville East Lancers. Lancers came into this ball game 5-1 on the season. The only loss was against Edwardsville, where a game that they had in control the entire night. So Pruitt is set to kick off for East St. Louis Senior. Up 34, 41-7. Pruitt with the approach and the kickoff. High end over end kick. Fumble at the 28-yard line, and let's see that the Flyers come away with it. Nope. The Lancers pounce on
Willis
it.
on the return to the 30-yard line.
Corey Willis
Walker and
pounce
Reed
on
on the
it. A
tackle
nice
for
hit
St. Louis.
by the Flyers. On the far side, it's like Amari Coleman. So the Lancers will have it 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line with 7:04 to go in the third quarter. Beautiful night for football across the Metro East area in the city of St. Louis. Lewis still in at quarterback for the Lancers and beaming across the 30 to around the 31-yard line for Belleville East.
Bryant. Gain of 1. It'll be
Pick up
second
a
and
1
9.
yard on the play. 2nd down and 9 for the Lancers. Clock on the move. 6:45 to go in counting. Third quarter. 41-7. East side. And the Lancers might have changed quarterback. Let me check this number here. Kingston Jones is at quarterback for the Belleville East Lancers now. Beaming on the run. It's Ware on the run
The ball carrier
for the
White on the
Lancers.
tackle.
Heidi White Jr. on the stop for East St. Louis Senior. So number 16 is in at quarterback for the Belleville East Lancers. Kingston Jones. Single back set is Ware on 3rd and 9 for the Lancers. Being flushed out of the pocket by Heidi White and sacked on the play by the Flyers. Let's see who that was on the far side.
With the sacks, the
Get that
Flyers.
number. Looks like number 29, Amari Coleman, on the sack for East St. Louis Senior. I couldn't see the number on the far side. I know White flushed him out. So it'll be 4th down. And back deep for the Flyers. It's Ware. Oh, wow. Here come the Flyers the other way. It's number 9, Jamari Lofty, on the return. And the Flyers who were set up shop in excellent field position with 4:55 to go in the 3rd quarter. This one is about to get out of hand. Like we got a Flyer over there on the far side. They get cramping. It'll be 1st and 10, East St. Louis Senior from the Lancers 16-yard line. Offset I formation with Amir Tillman in the backfield. Tillman studies that middle. No, that's Mason Cook to the 5, stumbles his way to the goal line, and he's going to be shy of the goal line. It's going to be 1st and goal for East St. Louis Senior. It's the All-American Mason Johnson Cook. Bulldoze his way all the way to the Lancer 1-yard line.
Tillman's the ball carrier.
1st and goal, Flyers.
Williams on the tackle.
Tillman into the pay dirt, touchdown,
Tillman,
East St. Louis.
the ball carrier. He's
I
in
think
the
that
end
was
zone.
Tillman the first time.
Touchdown.
The 5 and the 6 looks close
Flyers.
together from where I'm standing. But Amir Tillman for the touchdown run for sure this year. The scat back for Darren Sunken's East St. Louis Flyers. Only a junior. The entire backfield will return next year. 4:32 to go in the ball game. And another score for East St. Louis Senior. Pruitt with attempted PAT. Again for the Flyers out the hole to number 1, Lorian Baker Jr. Bad snap. Pruitt looks like he got it away as the Baker got it down, and it's good. 4:32 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's all east side. Flyers 48, Lancers 7. Ryan, let's step aside and take a break. 48-7. Flyers on top and in control here at Belleville East. Let's step aside and take a break. This is Flyers football.
Right. So that's what we're laughing like as a football coach saying like, let's go, bro! Of course!
Hike on a return. Pass on the tackle for East St. Louis.
Johnson on the return for the Lancers. And a nice coverage by the Flyers. Welcome back, Flyers football, brought to you by Thunder Pre-Workout Drink Mix. East St. Louis School District 189. Third quarter, 5-0. Check that 4:05 encounter on a running clock, 48-7. Flyers in control here at Belleville East. Kingston still in that quarterback for the Lancers. Fakes the handoff. Throws it here in the flat to Johnson.
Kingston Jones' pass is complete to C.J. Willis.
Check that, that's Willis.
Tackled by Ware.
They're going to give him the completion across the 25
It'll bring up
to the
second
Lancer
down.
28-yard line. Tillman on the stop for East St. Louis Senior. Pick up a 5 yards on the play. Second down and 5 from the Lancer 28. Here's a run.
Team in the ball carrier.
And here's, look at that. Here's a flag.
Holding on the tackle. Flag on the play.
Lancers getting a little frustrated. And I would too on another running clock, 48-7. David Davis on the near side. They're going to call it against east side. You know, after a while, these games get kind of boring. So, son, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
So it'll be third down at 7 for the Belleville East Lancers. Clock on the move, 2:10 to go third quarter. Long count for the Lancers on third down. Two-step drops. Looking over the middle. Fires over the middle. Almost picked off. Nice coverage that time.
Pass is intended for C.J. Willis. Incomplete.
By Jamari Ware for East St. Louis Senior.
Ware defending for East St. Louis.
So it's going to bring up a fourth down situation for the Lancers on the running clock, approaching 1:30 to go in the third quarter. And back deep for East St. Louis Senior, the ever dangerous Ronnie Gomiller standing at his own 42-yard line. Returnable kick for Gomiller. He takes it at the 38. Stutter step moves inside the 40 to the 35 to the 50. Stutter step move on the near sideline and knocked out of bounds at around inside Lancer territory at around the Lancer 37-yard line.
Michael Gibson on the tackle.
So the Flyers will set up shop in excellent field position again inside Lancer territory at the Lancer 41-yard line. Inside a minute to go.
The Lancer girls flag football team concluded their season on Thursday with an overall record of 12 wins and 3 losses.
East side.
Since the program began last year, Coach Zergel and the girls have posted an overall program record of 22 wins and just 7 defeats. We're very proud of the work these ladies and their coaches have put in. We'd love to congratulate them on a successful season to Coach Zergel
That looks
and
like
the flag
the
football
All-American
team.
Mike's and Johnson Cook, I think, or is that Tillman? I'm way up top. Let's see. That's the All-American Cook. Bulldozer safety inside the 25 to the 24-yard line goes Mike's and Johnson Cook.
Coach Johnson, the ball carrier. Jordan
Ladies
Williams
and
on the
gentlemen,
tackle.
that's going to be the end of the third quarter of play. Ryan, we'll keep it here on the running clock situation. And it'll be, we'll keep it here, Ryan. 48-7. Flyers on top of the Lancers. And Eastside will have it deep inside Lancers territory when play resumes. Lancers will take on the Belleville West Maroons in a crosstown rival next week. And East St. Louis Senior will be at home, of course, homecoming against the O'Fallon Panthers. We'll have it for you right here on AM 590 KLIS Radio and streaming live across the country on newinfo.com. I'd like to thank the people who are watching on City of Champions Television tonight. Lawrence Duncan doing a great job as always. Inside the Lancer 24-yard line, 1st and 10, Flyers as we begin the fourth quarter on the running clock. 48-7, East St. Louis on top. Jaden Wilson brings the troops out in a single back set. It's the All-American Myson Johnson Cook. Fake handoff. They give it to Jamari Ware. To the 10, to the 5, to the house. Touchdown, East side.
Reception, touchdown.
Jaden Wilson to Jamari Ware. Another score for the Flyers. 54-7, East side. PAT4 cover. So, anyone in the area who want to play us, who do all the talking, Darren Suckett office number hasn't changed. And the area code starts with 618. Pruitt will attempt the PAT out of the hole. And number 1, Ryan Baker Jr. on the run. Good snap, ball down. Kick is up high enough, long enough, and it is good. 11:51 to go in the ball game on a running clock. As the clock is stopped momentarily, 55-7.
First kick is good. East St. Louis 55, Double East 7.
Flyers football is brought to you each and every week by Thunder Pre-Workout Drink Mix in East St. Louis School District 189. I want you to get the Thunder. Try Thunder Pre-Workout Drink Mix. My man Ryan Swingler, he drinks the Thunder. Even old man Charlie Tuna likes to indulge in the Thunder Pre-Work Drink Mix, I'm told. 55-7. Flyers on top here at Belleville as people are starting to exit and get a head start on the traffic, which usually happens on Friday night when Eastside plays here in the local area. Pruitt set to kick off for East St. Louis Senior, 55-7 on the running clock. 11:51 as the clock is stopped momentarily. It's the number 1 overall team in the state of Illinois. Darren Suckett, East St. Louis Flyers looks to improve their winning ways tonight. High end over end kickoff taken by Johnson. He's going to be hit and drop near side by the Flyers.
James Johnson on the return. Bryant on the tackle. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Lancers.
For East St. Louis Senior. So this should be a real quick quarter on the running clock. Oh, the Flyers be super clean. Got the roll white with the orange pants and the blue helmets. Haven't seen those helmets this year. We got 4 sets of helmets. I think 6 or 7 combination of uniforms. 55-7, all East Side here tonight in the Southwestern Conference action against the Lancers. Beeman comes out again for the Lancers in the second half. He's been in at quarterback. He's going to keep it this time. It's going to be hit and drop shy of the 30 around the 29-yard line.
Kingston Jones on the quarterback
keeper.
keeper.
Second unit defense in there right
Hogan
now.
on the tackle for East St. Louis.
Ryan Hogan in on the stop. And the youngsters for the Flyers. And some of the young guys are starting to get some action. They're being rewarded for the hard work in the JV team. Some of these guys dressing varsity getting into the game. Pick up 2 yards on the play. Second down and 8 for the Lancers. Inside handoff for the Lancers. Number 8.
Beeman, the ball carrier.
That's Beeman for the Lancers across the 30. To around the
Hansberry on
32-yard
the tackle for East St. Louis.
The Flyers are substituting linemen and defensive people in the front. Clock on the move is still counting on the running clock. 9:40, 9:39, 55, 7 East side. From the Lancers 31, third down and 7. Got a penalty marker down. We're going to get offside situation. Getting a little chippy down here.
There's a flag on the play.
You know, I haven't mentioned it, but what a terrible situation that happened to Cartwheel college prep players last week.
There was offside
Redemption
against the Flyers.
from that
Make
situation.
it 3rd down and 2 for Belleville East.
Administration will handle that, I'm sure. Inside 9 minutes to go in the ball game, 55-7. Flyers on top. Third down and 2 for Belleville East. Offset I formation, Beatman, deep handoff. First down yardage and more. It's Willis for
There's the ball carrier.
Ulster Flyers.
Hogan on the tackle.
Led by number 32 for East
That's
St.
good for
Louis.
Belleville East 1st down.
Jamarion Bean on the stop for the East St. Louis Flyers. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Belleville East Lancers from their own 40. Clock on the move, approaching the 8-minute mark of the 4th quarter. Offset I formation, deep handoff to the tailback. He picks up about 3 yards on the play.
Taylor Witten's the ball carrier.
That's
Picked up by
Willis.
Davis after a gain of 3.
For Belleville East. Second down and 7 after the 3-yard gain for Willis for the Lancers. Pass complete on the far side. Kingston Jones' pass is complete
C.J. Willis on the
to
reception.
Willis on the
Tackled by
reception for the
Reed and
Lancers.
Flyers.
Both teams subbing in young guys right now. So to bring up a 3rd down and 2 situation for Belleville East, and I'm sure 4-down territory for the Lancers. Inside 7 minutes to go in the ball game, 55-7 East St. Louis Senior. The Lancers will have it 1st and 10 from their own 48. Motion man, and we got flags down on the field. Let's see what this is all about. We're going to call offsides against East St. Louis Senior. So this shouldn't be surprised if they got a lot of young guys in on
That'll
both
be a
sides.
1st down for the Lancers.
Wholesale substitutions for both teams. More on the east side of the football on the defensive side of Belleville East. Like the entire 2nd unit in for East St. Louis Senior defense. It'll be 1st and 10, Belleville East from the Flyer 47-yard line. Single back set, handoff, deep handoff to number 28 as Willis. He negotiates
Witten, the ball
around the
carrier.
47-yard line. Host of Flyers in on the stop once again.
Morrow on the tackle.
Caleb Morrow on the stop for Eastside. Approaching the 5-minute mark in the ball game, 55-7. No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10 for Belleville East. Flyers against O'Fallon next Friday night, 6:55 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff from Jordan Stadium in East St. Louis, the House of Pain. Two-step drop. Beeman airs it out. Near side has a man complete to Willis for the Belleville East Lancers.
Passes complete to C.J. Willis.
Randy Johnson on the coverage for East St. Louis City.
It's at the 24-yard line. It'll be first and 10.
It'll be first and 10 for Belleville East from the Flyer 24-yard line with 4:40 to go in the ball game. Nice toss that time by the Belleville East signal caller. And a nice catch by the Belleville East wide receiver, Willis. First and 10 for the Lancers. Moorhead on the run. And I mean, he was walloped that time by the
Willis on
Flyers.
the tackle.
Defense
Gain of 3 for Belleville East.
as they get younger guys in. Inside 4 minutes, 3:55 and counting. 55-7 East Side. On second down, Belleville East. Moorhead going to be hit and drop behind the line of scrimmage.
Whitten, the ball carrier. Hogan on the
Ryan
tackle.
Hogan in on the stop. He's played pretty good, the young guy, since he's been in for East Side. So to bring up third down and 7 for Belleville East. Approaching the 3-minute mark of the ball game on the running clock. 55-7 East Side. Two-step drop. Beeman going to air it out far side and just throws it out of bounds to the Flyers crowd
Kingston
over there on
Jones
the
pass
far
goes out of
side.
bounds.
And the clock won't stop. It'll bring up 4th down and 7. Here I am. My daughter Tiffany just comes up. How you doing? My daughter, my youngest daughter, coming here. 4th down and 7 for Belleville East. Approaching the 2-minute mark, 2:25 and counting. Flyers up 55-7. Single back set for the Lancers. He's going to air it out. He's going to throw it into the line, and he almost had that one picked off.
Passes intended for Ja'Cory Brown. It falls incomplete.
So the Flyers will take over on downs, first and 10 from the Lancer 21-yard line with exactly 2 minutes to go in the ball game. And let's see what Darren Sunkett and his staff do here. Under 2 minutes left. Well, the Flyers have answered all the critics. Once again, another running clock. And they will improve 4-2. The Lancers will drop. To 5-2. It looks like the Flyers will just kneel down here. And they will. Jaden Wilson, good sportsmanship. Under a minute to go. So he'll have to do it one more time. And the Flyers will line up in victory formation. They already started on the far side. And he'll have to do it one more time. And Eastside will stay undefeated in the Southwestern Conference, the #1 ranked team in the entire state of Illinois. Gets another win here at Belleville East tonight. The Lancers will be a playoff team this year
Flyers take a knee.
as they've qualified with the 5 wins.
St. Louis 55. Belleville East 7.
The Flyers have big aspirations in making the playoffs. The state championship in the ring or nothing in East St. Louis. As both teams shake hands at midfield, a lot of sportsmanship going on there, a lot of friendships there, a lot of people know each other. Final score here from Belleville East. Flyers on another running clock defeat
We'd like to thank you for your attendance at tonight's
Belleville
contest.
East Lancers 55-7. Ryan, let's take a break and we'll come back with a recap and the start of the game and all that good stuff when we come. See you later, Coach. Nice seeing you. All right. Final score here, 55-7. Flyers win. Ryan, we'll step aside and we'll bring it back for the post-game show. 55-7, Flyers win.
Bye. Thanks for